What's up, everybody, and welcome to All for Footy, the AFL podcast where good friends gather about last week's games, this week's games, and everything in between. You can find us on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, so go please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm your host, Nathan, Mr. 9 out of 9 Norman, joined yet again by Ryan, the big wheel, Fenton. How you going, bro?
G'day, mate. I'm tipping I'm not getting the second best podcaster gig then by the sound of that one.
Nah, you're pretty shocking last week. I'm sorry. Can't give it to you. Rick's back. So, you know.
Yeah. Rick's very experienced, mate. I don't blame you.
And also here, the second best podcaster in the world, Rick Trip P. Parker. How you going, Trips?
Nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Anyway, how you going, fellas? Good to be back. Tell you what, it's a bloody cold night out down here in Melbourne, and
it's fine.
As you can see, I'm all roped up. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Good to see you back too, mate.
Yeah, good to see you back.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I was here last week. If you tuned in, mate. Oh, I know, the week before, wasn't it?
Yeah, you weren't in last week. Last week was
I lose track of these weeks, mate.
Come on, mate.
Lose track
It's
of
good
them,
to see three of us in the house tonight.
Yeah, three of us this time. Good. No fun special effects this week. But
Ooh. Can we just get rid of Rick then?
no, I'm not doing a podcast just with you. That's psychotic.
Hey, Rick, back on the winners list, mate. Well done.
Oh, mate, we're bleeding red, white, and blue here. I tell you what, mate.
On the straight.
I'll tell you what. Wasn't expecting it. I was expecting a bit of a closer affair.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on it when we get to the Dogs game. But their inconsistency is an issue down there. Really, like they got the side that can take it all the way, but whether or not that side makes it out in the park or not.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Oh, well. You got your stars, and sometimes they shine. A lot of the times they don't, and it's very, very frustrating, I'm sure. But then again...
Well, I'll tell you what, if Bontempelli doesn't win it, and he probably won't win the Brownlow this year, but if he doesn't win a Brownlow soon,
he won't.
He will go down as one of the best players who never won a Brownlow.
Yeah, him and Scotty West, I reckon.
Doggies always overlooked.
For the doggies.
Always.
For the doggies.
Tell you what, we've got some good, Brownlow medalists at the club as it is. I think our last three was Adam Cooney. Then you had Scotty West.
Got Wine.
Not Scotty West, Scotty Wine,
Liver.
and then Liver.
Yeah, mate.
A young Tony Liberatore.
Oh, well, there you go.
We've got a good breed of. Be a shame though if Bont misses out. It would be a very big shame.
Look, he'd probably prefer a Norm Smith anyway.
It's like him, Scott Selwood and Pendlebury. They would have been so close in their careers too, but just never got there.
Yeah.
That's where the cookie crumbles.
It will be a shame, but let's hopefully tears it apart for this next half of the season and puts his name back up there.
Yeah,
he's been getting the tag too. A couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, he struggled a bit at the start.
He's one of those players.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into it soon, fellas.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys to stop talking. All right, let's get into last week's games. Starting.
That was our news.
Friday night football at the Gabba. It was Brisbane versus St Kilda. Brisbane 19-12, 126 to St Kilda 16-10, 106. Brisbane by 20 points. Shout out Steelo. Wheels.
Yeah. Shout out to Steelo too. He's obviously not been the tech guy the last few weeks too, so he's off enjoying the Brisbane wins, I think.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, he usually just sits up here and just, doesn't really, he's not doing any tech things, all right? Don't worry about it.
Has time to himself.
Yeah, he's just hanging out. He just likes being a part of it. He looks up some facts. That's what he does.
Oh, he would have been up and about early in that first quarter. You know, the Lions were 5 goals up. It was looking like it was going to be one of those nights. Going to be a long night for the Sainers, didn't it? But players like Higgins just did not let the game go, mate. He just kept trying all night, and he wanted that W. Higgins. He was absolutely just keeping the Saints in the game. I've said it on the group chat, and and they just kept this ebbs and flowing really since that first quarter. Like the Saints just it looked like I said, it looked like it was going to be a horrible night, but they actually came back late. I think that
last quarter
it was too little, too late. But the damage was already done, wasn't it?
Oh, they got within a sniff, but they got within a sniff in that last quarter.
Yeah, seven goals in that last quarter to Brisbane's 4 goals, and I think at one stage it almost got within like a couple of goals, didn't it?
Like a goal, yeah. Like it was single digits, definitely less than 10, but yeah, got really close halfway through that last quarter. And then Brisbane just kicked away. Yeah,
mate, and just Hugh McCluggage and Danaher just kept stepping up for the Lions. They were just non-stop all night, but I could have sworn I saw
Danaher playing the back line a bit.
Yeah, he had a bit of a kick around.
Okay, fair enough.
I actually didn't mind what Danaher did on the weekend. Like, you could just see, his intent. Did he kick a couple goals as well?
Kicked 5.
Yeah, mate. 5.
You know what I mean? Like, he just gets himself right up there. And I can tell you what, if you're an Essendon supporter looking at this, you'd be kicking yourself because they're looking for a big, key forward.
They got 2 metre Peter.
Out the door. Oh, 2 metre Peter. He's nothing.
You can't jump past 2.1 though.
20 disposals for Danaher on the weekend. So, for a key forward, that's, with 5 goals, that's 15 kicks. You'd be pretty happy with that return.
And Hipwood came out in the second half and fired up as well, kicking a couple of goals straight out in the third quarter there too. But between the two of them, they've found some form, haven't they? The two big forwards down there.
Yeah. Seems like they don't both fire at the same time, but they sort of have a good week, interchange good weeks every second week or so.
And with Joe Danaher, they couldn't get him on the park because he was having like back issues and that, wasn't he? At Essendon, like they just couldn't get him on the park.
Yeah. So, and
I think it was
he was there through that real dark period as well, wasn't he?
We don't talk about that period. We don't talk about it.
Well, it played its part why he actually left the club. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't just leave, the Bombers for shits and gigs. Like, his, family's, synonymous with the Essendon Football Club. So,
family's samosa with the Essendon Football Club. Yep.
I'd say it was a pretty respectful loss for the Sainers, though. Do you agree?
Yeah, they're pretty dominated, and it is Brisbane at home, but still, Brisbane. Yeah.
I think the way they came back in that last quarter gives them a little bit of respect, but like as I said, it was too little too late. Did Brisbane just take their foot off the gas?
Yeah, we just got to remember.
So far ahead, they were like, well, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The likes of Neil, Zorko just smashing it out.
Yeah, mate.
The Saints just come on.
Rayner.
They're just not that good. They're middling, lower to middling. It's
the Saints.
Yeah.
They're not that good at the moment. I'm their first harshest critic. So
absolutely.
They need to go to the drawing board and say, all right, well.
No. Mickey the Missile Broad is their harshest critic.
He's always been the harshest critic, Rick.
Mick the Missile.
Yeah. He's all about Tassie now.
He's all about Tassie now. But he still keeps an eye on the Saints games, just fuming inside.
Yeah. He keeps one eye on them.
Of course, and I feel sorry for him. I've been there. I was like Melbourne supporter through the dark ages. Come on.
How'd you find Sinclair's run on the night too? He had 32 touches. He was trying to be creative too, wasn't he, Rico?
He was, and you could build a team off Sinclair. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you really could. 32 disposals, 22 kicks.
He's a good little midfielder.
And it was all majority in the defensive half, you know what I mean? So he cleaned up in the back line there, but it's not hard to when the ball's going down there fucking that many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just destroyed.
Only eight contested possessions though as well, Fenno.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah, he's not going in hard.
Like,
no.
He's not going in hard, so they'll be just like those kicks that are, sort of, those nothing kicks into the forward 50. Him just mopping it up and, getting a cheapy handball there. I think I've seen him get 2 cheap handballs in a row as well.
The old one too.
Oh, the old one too.
The 1-2, it works. It helps out.
The Saints have got to realise, man, they've been such low-scoring Saints this year. Like,
they kicked over 10 goals.
Keeps that on the time they scored heaps on the Friday night was when they were just creating play and running heaps. Like, just keep that game going, Sainers. Like, just calm down when you have to, and then get the run going when you should. Yeah,
well, this is their first game, the highest scoring game of the year. Like that, and they still lost. So disappointing, but yeah.
So this is their highest score all year, 106 points. So how many games have they scored over 100 points?
I reckon only a couple.
You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted to play finals or anything like that.
Oh, they're not playing finals.
You got to be doing that consistently. It's getting over 100 points or near on. That's what they say. And the Saints just aren't cutting it up.
But what are they? They're sitting 14th on the ladder, and they've got the bye this week too. So it's not really a time you want to be having a week off, is it?
And I'm just looking now. This week was their highest scoring game.
Yeah, wow.
3 points above their victory over North Melbourne, though.
Oh.
But
and you can only beat. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
tough times. Maybe the Saints are the next team out on Wheels of Misfortune.
Wheels of Corruption,
It's getting tough down there. It's getting tough. Word's getting round.
Alright, well, look, let's stop shitting on Saints and move on to the next game. Go Brisbane, go Steelo.
Yeah, they're going good, man. Brizzy have a lot of injuries too. They've got 6 blokes that have done their knee, so give credit to Brizzy. They're finding a bit of form in the mid-year compared to the start of the year. So.
Yeah, well, they're doing a little better. We'll see how they do. Alright, well, let's move on to the next game. It was Saturday football at Marvel Stadium, Rick. It was the Doggies versus Flagmantle. It was the Doggies 23-11, 149. Flagmantle 12-10, 82. The Doggies by 67 points, smacking Flagmantle all over the park. Rick, you loved it.
What happened to them? I think the anchor sunk straight to the bottom of the ocean. That's what that happened on Saturday.
They didn't even get through the docklands.
Give it credit to them. They started off, pretty feisty, but then after the first quarter, it was just dogs all the way, wasn't it? It was good to see. A lot of the Doggies players really stood up. Bontempelli, he's just. What do you say about him?
Oh, we say the same thing about him every week. It's getting boring. Really.
We try to talk about other players, man. We try to talk about other players.
Yeah.
You see that goal he kicked where he had three Freo players literally sitting on him just before half time.
He's a beast.
And he's just bust through the middle, turned around, thrown it on the side of the boot. Just how do you do it, Bont? So
I was listening to it on the radio, and the commenters were absolutely soiling their pants over it. So I had to immediately go and watch it on my phone. So.
And you did as well.
No, I didn't. Then I was like, "Oh, is that it?" It's pretty impressive, but the commentators overacted.
Was it put down as one of the goal of tenders for the year, or?
I'd say so.
Well, yeah, we
I don't know officially, but I'd say so.
One.
Yeah.
Oh, but then there was a couple of good ones over the week as well. So, it'd be pretty tough.
Yeah, but he took on
Well,
3
anyway,
people to kick it, so...
I had some notes that it was good to see Waitman back and Ed Richards too, mate.
I was just about to say, Waitman, he looked good as well, roaming around the little rat. He was just doing what he did and, come back and kick 3 goals. It just shows, how much work he's put in on over that period of time he's been off injured with that elbow.
Yeah. Your forward line's so
Lob
different as soon as he's in there.
up. Oh mate, even Lob, he was good on the weekend. You know what I mean? Kicked 3.
You had 5 players
like
kick
that.
3 goals up, so it's pretty insane.
Yeah, again, but bloody, I've been singing his praises all bloody year, and I'll tell you what, this bloke, he gets a bloody Steve Irwin mention, I reckon. Riley West.
No.
Mate, son of Scott West, Riley West, he is just week in, week out, just gotten better and better and better, and just, like a couple of years ago, he was out of that side.
He was struggling.
You know what I mean? He
struggling.
struggled hard, and credit to him, he's bloody worked his bloody ass off, and he's, got himself, to the point where, he's starting games now. He's not on the bench, he's actually starting on the field, and he's absolutely dominating. And with a performance like that on the weekend, oh, mate, I can't wait to see what the next year or 2 he does, because he's just starting to come into the prime,
Yeah, he's just 23.
Yeah, man, 23.
Should have the nickname Sauce.
Sauce.
Son of Scott.
Son of Scott.
SOS.
Well,
SOS sounds better.
I just came up with that. I'm pretty happy with that one.
Yeah.
But how was Bramble? Bramble 30 disposals too, Rico.
Mate, and I think I touched on him 2 weeks ago when I was on. He had a breakout game last week, but he's just showing his bloody... he's just come from nowhere as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't have expected, a first-year player to be doing that sort of stuff, so...
I've got to admit, though, I went into this game probably a bit 50-50 before it started, though, really. Didn't really know where...
Yeah, this was a tough one.
Well, on
And Fremantle.
And Freo's got,
They got the same.
playing really well this year as well. So
Both of these teams are inconsistent. This was a hard one to go. Could have gone either way, really.
Absolutely.
well, this is the second time that we've played Freo this year.
I was thinking that. Yep.
You know what I mean?
fair
So
enough.
we had their measure the first time, and then we had their measure on the next go. So
You should
where's
play.
Fabber now?
You should play D's
Did you
again.
get a
We
cheeky-
need an easy win.
Did you send Fabs a little cheeky text, Rick?
Nah, look, I didn't. I was
Respectful.
quite busy over the weekend, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to upset him, and I know he listens, so
He was watching live. Don't worry about
You
that.
better be watching.
Fabian.
He was telling me he was watching it live.
Hello to you in New Zealand, but suck shit.
Calm down. We can't piss off our listeners. All right.
Rick, I don't know if you know or not, but Fabs actually wants to do a phone-in or a video if Freo make the finals this year onto the pod. He said it would be an honour.
You should absolutely. If you could pre-record a message, that'd be great. We could whack it up here easily enough. That's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we could do that. But, they're not going to make the finals anyway.
Hey, flag mantle.
You can say it as much as you want, but it's not going to happen.
I will. I'll say it as much as I fucking want. All right. Even when they're out of the 8,
Hilarious.
they'll start all over again for next year.
Good win for the doggies, mate. Hopefully, they stay consistent and just keep that running game going, Rico.
Yeah, and that's what all us doggy supporters want. You know what I mean? Is just consistency. We don't care if you consistently play shit. We just want that consistency. So we know what we're going to turn up and watch.
That's it, mate.
Well, you do have a side full of stars if you just play properly, I guess. That's the thing. That's like you've got the list as far as I'm concerned. You just do. But,
They probably need a bit more strength down back though, I reckon.
Yeah. I think they lack it. Yeah, they've got like a strong forward and like a strong mid, very strong mid.
With Keith that's just come back in a couple, in the last couple of weeks. We got Karmas, who's been a standout in the back line this year. Added that with Jones. We got Bailey Dale playing off, one of the half backs. Sometimes I believe, we send Bailey Williams back there.
JJ. JJ.
JJ. And we got Jeray, O'Donnell. So, O'Donnell, give him a year or two, I mean? He'll be an absolute superstar halfback. He's already shown glimpses of it, so...
Yeah, I think Keith did his hammy, didn't he, Rick, last week, a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was out for. I think he's out for 6 weeks, man.
See,
that's a shame. That's a shame. Well, look, let's not forget. Like we're glazing doggies a lot here. Let's not forget. Still not in the 8, and they have a bye this week as well. So I think they'll drop down this week.
We've got to glaze them just to keep Rick on the pod, mate.
No. You got to do you got to come with the compliment. And then bam with the criticism. That's you can't give the criticism only. You got to do the compliment, then the criticism.
So like this, dogs are great.
2 games out.
So like this,
we're only 2 games out. So,
but you're not playing this week.
So dogs are great, but they're still not in the 8.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we're only 2 games out. Like if Freo and Port Adelaide win this week, well then we're 2 games out.
Yeah.
And
they were in and around
a loss. Then we're only 1 game out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but I think a few of these teams are probably going to win. That's the thing. But, oh well. We'll get there. All right, well, Rick, any last words before we move on to the next game?
No,
you would have been... Were you playing when this was on, Rick? You would have been playing, wouldn't you?
Nah, finished.
Oh.
Yeah, he came into the chat, during the game.
Listen to the first quarter on the radio.
Yeah.
On the way home.
Oh, yeah. Ah, nice. Then got home and had a lovely Saturday evening. I'm sure. Alright, well, with that, let's move on to the next game. Didn't hear that. Richmond versus Hawthorn at the MCG. Richmond 6-13-49 to Hawthorn 14-13-97. And apparently, you're a fucking idiot if you didn't tip Hawthorn this week, Ryan.
Buddy Richmond, far out.
You know what? I changed my tip literally with 30 seconds to go before the bounce of the fucking footy.
I got suckered in, mate. I got suckered in by Dustin Martin's.
Yeah, you did.
I thought they'd get up. I thought that would lift them an extra 10%, and it basically.
And the way they played last week as well.
Oh,
they played so well last week against Adelaide,
and Tom Lynch came back. I'm just like, oh, this could happen, but
it didn't.
Just all that happened on my notes. All I've got written is Dusty first goal. That's awesome.
And then you threw the fucking thing out the window.
Goal as well.
And then I realised I was losing my tip. The worse and worse it got.
Yeah, well. Fair.
Jesus, man. These Hawks side, holy moly, man. They've won what is it? At the last 7 games they've won. 7 games they've won 6 games or something like that. So they're on fire. So what do you say?
The most informed side.
Yeah, mate. Far out. They're actually talks they could actually make the finals. Can you believe it?
I think they can. They're on the same level as doggies. At this point, and they've hit form, and they're well within reach.
At the start of the year as well.
There you go.
I had a bit of a look who they'd beaten in the last sort of their 7 games, and that they're all on the lower end of the ladder except for one team out of all their wins. So it's pretty interesting. So I think it was, was it have they beaten? I think Freo was the only side they've beaten inside the 8. So they've obviously had a pretty good draw and run. But at least they're winning the games. But they haven't really beaten.
They lost by 1 point to Port Adelaide as
Port
well.
Adelaide, yeah, that was probably their. Like if you look at the ladder, that was probably their best game, but they lost. So, but yeah,
Who, Hawthorn?
Yeah.
Well, look, the worst game they lost is probably against Melbourne. We thumped them. We thumped them.
Yeah, so Melbourne, I think it was Melbourne and West Coast, the only 2 sides they haven't beaten that's in the bottom 8. So at least they're getting it done. Yeah. They're doing well.
That's it.
You know, Charles bloody he kicked 4 goals, 1. Charles, he's just been a great forward for him this year. New player. You got little baby Deer. He kicked a couple of goals for the Hawkies. He's only played a handful of games. So
Charles playing against his old side as well. You know what I mean? Like
the old strip going in the hair. You know,
it's a big moment. And for Dusty's 300, you're playing against your mate, and for him to have a bit of a standout game, it was pretty good of him.
Yeah,
absolutely, mate.
Yeah, well, look, go, sorry.
All right, mate. Captain Sislick was stepping it up for Hawks, mate. He had 33 disposals and just controlled it from down back, mate, all day. And, just really made the Richmond forwards look second to none, you know. So he had a really good game, Sislick.
Sislick. Is that... Do you mean Sicily?
Yeah.
Who's this fucking Sislick?
It's Sislick. It's just not... It's not pronounced how it looks.
It's not?
No, it's Sislick.
No, I don't believe you. Sicily. It's clearly Sicily. Look, I'm going to research this. I don't know if you're lying to me or not.
He's like Italian or something. Rick will know. He's like Italian or something.
Sicily?
Yeah, Sicily.
Sicily's...
he keeps calling him...
like a little at the end of the boot, isn't it? It's where all the mobsters come from.
Sicily. Say it 10 times, it sounds weird.
Sicily.
What did you think of John Newcomb's game there on the weekend?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the coaches' votes at the moment. He got 8 votes out of a possible 10, so he's obviously played really well. But he's just dominating for that midfield, isn't he? Really.
Yeah, well,
he really sets them up with that drive in that middle, doesn't he?
He goes in like a bull as well. Like he's no soft player. He actually goes in pretty hard. So
yeah. Him and Sisilic doing all right.
Of his 26.
Kicked a goal as well. He kicked a goal.
His disposal efficiency is at 73%, which is
all right.
That's pretty good.
All right.
What do you mean it's all right?
All right. Well, look. Vlauston, Amon, they got 91% efficiency. Weddle, he got 91 efficiency. 73 is average. I'd say 80s is good. And 90s is phenomenal.
You got to remember, he's going in hard to get the ball, so his disposal might not be as clean.
The contested possessions is what's impressive.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big impressive thing, you know. Like, if he's hard winning the ball, that's it. And yeah, he definitely was. But Toronto, well, saving grace for Richmond, I guess.
Yeah, he's played a good couple of weeks in a row, Toronto.
But yeah,
they're just...
It's not good enough. It's just not a good enough effort.
Really, like for Dusty's 300th guys, like at least win the first quarter for God's sake. Like, come on, shocking.
Yeah.
Well, look, Hawthorn have something to prove as well.
You don't play for milestones.
I know. But...
Yeah. Well.
What do you reckon about Dusty, guys? What do you reckon?
Well, he's coming to the end of his career, yeah.
I reckon he'll go another year.
You reckon he will?
Yeah, you reckon he'll stay at the Tides?
32. Yeah, he's got a couple of years left in him.
I heard talk that I think his manager came out and said he's going to play out the rest of the year, and then he wants to stick around next year. So,
yeah, well,
who knows though? It's the AFL, mate. Come trade week. Hey, Dusty, you're out of contract, mate.
Dusty, well, you're going to get a year or two out of him. 2 if you push him.
I don't think you go to the Gold Coast, though.
You could sit him up full like a permanent forward till he's like 35, though, couldn't you?
or like Gary Ablett, senior. He started on the wing at Hawthorn. You know,
Mate.
you never know.
He kicked more goals once he hit 30, old Ablett. So, interesting.
How's that? You know, how many players in their life could say that?
Oh, no.
Couple.
Incredible.
All right, well, Hawks on the up, 4th game in a row. And before that, it was a 1 point loss to Port. So
I was gonna tip the Hawks for the first time this year, but they got the bye this week.
you haven't tipped Hawks all year? Jeez.
I don't reckon it's hard to, mate. It's hard to.
But they're in form, man. You really shouldn't have tipped Richmond. But anyway, let's move on to the next game.
Oh,
It was,
Tigers.
Adelaide versus Sydney at Adelaide Oval. It was Adelaide 10-7-67 to Sydney 16-13, 109. The Swans by 42 points. In a bit of a drumming, Rick.
Mate, Joel Amati.
Amati Party!
That's all you got to say. It's just Joel Amati. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's just
9 goals, 1. He had the chance to get 10.
He did.
Yeah, I don't think that's been done for a while.
Why
When was the last time anyone's kicked over a bag of like 6?
Mate, why did the Horse have him off in the last couple of minutes of the game? Come on, Horse.
Why did that guy selfishly go for a goal instead of passing it to him? Like, if my buddy was on 9 goals, I would absolutely make sure he gets the ball for his 10th. Absolutely, for sure. Here, buddy, kick another one. You know, fuck me. Like, let's get to the 10 here. Like,
Well,
you know, get to the marker. Double digits.
He nearly kicked all of Adelaide's score himself.
6 contested possessions, 10 disposals, 10 kicks. Every kick was a score.
Incredible.
That's
John
it.
Longmire had him off. He goes, I had him off for the last few minutes because we're resting him for next week. I'm like, mate, he's only kicked the ball 10 times. How much rest does he need, you know?
And his disposal efficiency is fucking 90%.
Well, yeah, 9 goals, 1, of course. For 9 goals, 1 behind. That's that 10%, you know?
And buddy, Crows had Rankin back and, you know, Walker, and they were actually... It was actually close score halfway through the 3rd quarter, but then the Swans just bang.
Rankin out injured as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
No good.
3rd and last quarter, bam. Yeah.
Like the
I'll tell
Crows
you
were,
what,
the
though,
Crows were leading like nearly to half time, and then halfway through the 3rd, and then bang, how many
That was
goals?
the Warner party.
Oh,
That was the
unbelievable.
Warner and Papley party, I'll tell you
It
what.
actually,
Amati Party!
game,
Yeah, there we go.
for
There we go.
most of that game, it looked like it was going to be an upset, though. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it did look uncharacteristically close in the first half.
Nah, because the first half of that game, like, you could just tell Sydney were off. You know what I mean? Their passes weren't making their passes. They were fumbling the ball. You know, it just wasn't the Sydney that you have known to see throughout the year.
Yeah.
You could see something was off. So
Well, they started bad against the Cats too, and then they've done the same this week. But then they just flipped it around, haven't they? So, but they had
you know what? That's what the good teams do.
yeah.
That's
just
what
read-
grand final teams do.
Yeah.
They read the
You know what I mean?
situation. They read the situation, go into the rooms at halftime, figure it out, look at the footage, and then get out and change the game style.
Well, I'll tell you what, Grundy, another stellar performance. Fuck, this guy's good. I like him.
You know what? He actually got more fantasy points than Marty the Party.
Amati Party.
Well, yeah, when you have 31 disposals as a ruckman.
Yeah.
Mate,
He's just
By
a
the
go-to.
way,
He's just getting that ball.
give him the recruit of the year for sure. You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Yeah. Mate, when you're getting...
wait till the end of the year.
He got 24 contested possessions. That's insane. That is insane.
He had 49 hitouts as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably he's making a case for best ruckman in the comp. That's for damn sure.
Mate, he's up there.
I want to have a look at that
That's what I'm
All-Australian.
saying.
I want to see that All-Australian team.
Well,
That's what I'm saying, mate. He's got talks of being in the AA side. He'd have to almost be one of the recruits of the year. Like, he'd have to be.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anyone that's close to it.
Gone.
Yeah, true.
Gone.
True.
Gone.
Yeah, gone for this AA side, but not
Mate.
recruit of the year.
Oh.
But, well,
Oh, not
watch
recruit.
anyway,
Sorry.
but
Yeah, no, not recruiters.
Gone's gone, mate.
Gone's
Gone.
gone, mate.
Mate, what do you
Oh,
mean? He's been carrying Melbourne.
Legs 11's gone, mate.
Mate, he's been one of our saving graces. He's been having consistently good games.
Is he still playing?
I heard that.
He's the fucking captain.
I heard that Gordy told bloody Petrarca last week to go get a hard ball while he had broken ribs and a bloody ruptured spleen.
Oh well, did he do it?
Go
Did
for the hard ball track.
Yeah, go for the hard ball.
Yeah.
Come on. This ain't ballet. This ain't fucking ballet.
I hope when the All Australian does get announced, both Gawn and Grundy make the side.
Yeah, I think that's probably the bold call. Tim English ain't making it. All right. It's Grundy and Gawn.
Who's the starter?
And your mate Luke Jackson's ain't making it too, Nathan.
He might. No, I don't think he will. I think it really is between Gawn and Grundy, and I think Grundy might get the edge. Maybe.
Speaking about All Australian, how good was Golden for the Swannies, mate?
Yeah.
35 touches.
He's consistently
Bloody
good.
didn't kick a goal.
Is there star mid?
Oh, mate.
He just
There's
is.
got star mids everywhere. We say it every week.
Well, yeah.
Tested.
Heaney's up there with him usually, but yeah, Heaney's a couple of goals, almost 30 disposals. Yeah, he had a good week as well, but a pretty standard week. Not,
So Ryan, would you say that Adelaide, they're done for the year now, right? Q's been put in the rack. They got too many injuries now. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
What do you reckon their plan is for the rest of the year? Just blood the new blokes.
Well,
Look for
mate,
look ahead to like the draft, or
they've got to,
trade
mate.
period.
I think they've already played a lot of young blokes as is. Yeah, like you got to look at it, man. Like Walker hasn't got long left, and they've got Fogarty there, but they need another powerhouse. And they've actually lost a lot of defenders this year too, man. Like a lot of them have gone out injured. So before almost the season started, and they lost that other guy to Brizzy. And if you look back in the last 10 years, they actually haven't drafted that well. I'll get a list going for next week. I do have actually, I might have it on me, but they actually haven't drafted that well in the last 10 years anyway. Really. Like, not many star players that really come out.
No, there's not, is there? Like, I guess.
So,
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
are we looking at maybe a potential a bit of a coach watch here?
Mate,
Yeah, because I'm hearing that there's a bit of a review going on down at Adelaide. So they're going to do a full review of their department.
Yeah, well,
they're the list of the players they've drafted in the last so many years.
Pedler, he's not too bad.
First round draft picks.
none of them are packing any punches.
So it's probably something been going on for the last 7 years already, Rick.
So get rid of who's in charge of their bloody
Gary Ayres.
their players. Like that's just terrible. Well, season done for Adelaide anyway. You reckon?
He's calling it. Rick's calling it early. I like it.
Mate.
Yeah,
We're just trying to get answers for Wheels of Fortune. I know.
I do think every team under St Kilda and under don't really have a chance.
Look, I'll call it now. Tyson and my guess for the next week will be Adelaide. So,
No, well, fair enough.
I'll need Tyson to say that, mate. No.
Well, a pretty good
I'll
thumping.
type it in the group later.
A pretty good
He's the only
indeed.
kid still in it. What, Nathan?
A pretty good thumping indeed. So with that, let's move on to the next game. And I reckon the game of the round. It was North Melbourne versus Collingwood at Marvel Stadium. Collingwood 19-4, 118. to Collingwood 18-11, 119. Collingwood by 1 point. The barn burner. Wheels.
Wowee, mate. Wowee.
Wowee.
Bloody hell. Seriously. How do you lose from North Melbourne from being 54 points up? Like, come on. What the hell?
It's pretty insane.
Clarko would have been fuming. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that change room after that game.
Oh, mate, it just sounds so embarrassing and just sad. Like,
To their credit, they got 57 points up.
Yeah, but they couldn't play
what I mean?
4 quarters in the end.
Mate, it was the third biggest comeback of all time from VFL AFL history.
Damn. Yeah,
I'll tell
I believe
you
it.
what, though, they got robbed of a 50 right on the that last 2 minutes there.
Yeah, mate, that was, and the AFL's come out and apologised about that. That's 2 weeks in a row where the AFL has to come out to apologise about a decision. Like,
But they put
seriously.
the blame on him. They said he played on.
Mate, he did not play on.
The guy from the CFMEU union, the boss, said if they don't sack the head umpire, he's going to delay all building projects across the AFL.
Mate, seriously. And how good was Bobby Hill's mark? And he kicked a career high of 5 goals too, fellas.
That mark, Jesus Christ, like how he got that vertical and got it, or horizontal, should I say, and took that mark.
Freaky,
It was quite impressive.
Pretty freaky how similar he's and Elliott's is, isn't it? From Mark of the Years, they're like almost like the same mark.
Mate, you can put them two together and not really tell too much of a difference there. But like even just like Nick Dacos, like geez, he was 29 disposals, and like I always harp on him about not getting those contested, but he had 18 contested possessions on the weekend, and it was very vital to them coming back and winning that game, especially in that last quarter. So the last 10 minutes, like he was just
scary,
everywhere.
Man. Like the Pies have so many injuries, and they just keep winning, and now they're sitting third on the ladder, and they're just gonna. These players are all coming back, mate. Like it's dangerous times for the rest of the competition.
Oh, dogs beat them.
And the Saints. Mate. And Simpkin was out before the game too, the Roos skipper, which was going to look like, well, it's going to be even a harder day for him, but they actually played pretty good considering he wasn't playing. Bloody hell.
Oh, I just, I'm still in shock on how they managed to lose that game, like,
Mate.
Larky kicked 4, Zerha kicked 3, Curtis and Sheasel kicked bloody 2, for Christ's sake.
He doesn't normally kick many goals too, Sheasel.
No, he doesn't. Like when Harry Sheasel's popping up and kicking goals, you're like, oh, we're in for a good fucking day here. But jeez.
Good game for Maynard's 200th man. How inspirational is that guy? He's like a cult hero down there, isn't he?
He's a dog. He ended Angus Brayshaw's career.
I love him down there.
He's a dog. He's a thug.
Yeah, mate.
Oh,
he ended his career.
The past, mate.
Don't bring up the fact that he ended someone's career.
No. He played hard but fair. He got off it. Did he get off it? Did he play in the grand final?
Shouldn't have.
He did.
Shouldn't have.
You're just salty, mate. You're just salty.
Yeah, well, yeah, he ended Angus Brayshaw's career. I'm salty. I'm salty about that.
You are. You're salty. It was all fair. Which has now been outlawed.
It's not fair now. So because of that, because he ended Angus Brayshaw's career, and they're like, "Oh, that's not good. That's not a good thing." So he got off on a technicality.
Yeah, the rule. That was a rule change from that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I just want to say, like, I actually enjoyed Jeremy Howe's game. Like only had 14 touches of the pill, and only kicked 1 goal, but. What he set up quite a few goals, and I think he might have even kicked that pill into to Bobby Hill as well. when he took that mark. So no, he looked a lot more comfortable on the footy field. Since he's been back from the horrific break in the arm that he had.
Oh yeah, like the year before.
Yeah, like he never looked the same when he came back. But I thought on the weekend he looked a lot more like himself.
Poor old little Zach Fisher missing the goal right at the end too. Poor guy would be dreaming about that one.
Yeah,
nightmares.
Well.
Yeah, well,
yep,
that's the way it comes.
Like, he'll get his opportunity again, and I bet you he'll do it. He'll kick it next time.
He's actually played really well the last couple of weeks too, Zach Fisher.
Yeah.
Well, look,
there's some good signs there from the north side. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they've been beaten. In a game they should have actually won, but. You can see that all the young blokes that they've brought in, they're starting to really pick up a little bit of pace. So
yeah, I don't know.
It'd be interesting.
It's kind of exciting times for Roo fan at the moment.
Oh mate.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting how many Pies supporters went home when they were 54 points down.
Yeah, mate. Oh well, I'd like to see those stats. That's for sure. But yeah, look. North are one of the two teams out of wheels of corruption. So, yeah, too little, too late. But let's see what they do this week because they're playing a really shitty team this week. So yeah, we'll see. All right, let's move on to the next game. Sunday afternoon football at the NG Stadium. It was GWS versus Port Adelaide. GWS 1973 to Port Adelaide 6-15-51. GWS by a comfortable 22 points. Rick?
Well, it didn't look like it was going to go GWS's way at the start there.
No.
Port Adelaide came out with a little bit of pep in their step.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
There was a big sound rumbling. And that big sound came out, and they just said, "No, I'm not having any of it."
Giants didn't even kick a goal in the first quarter, did they?
No,
mate. They were horrible. They were absolutely horrible.
But then Port didn't kick a goal in that second quarter.
Yeah,
I tell you what, though, Lockie Whitfield, he just pops out of nowhere. And this year, he's actually having a really good year. Like, I don't know how many games he has. I'll go and do my research on it and get back to you. But I'm pretty sure he hasn't had a game under 28 possessions this year. Maybe if he has, it's been like one or two.
Yeah.
Maybe just like a little sneaky for a Brownlow there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's definitely found that form of his All-Australian year, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And it really compliments, Green and Kelly and Ward as well, you know what I mean? Like, Ward getting towards the end of his career, you know what I mean? And, Whitfield's just... He's probably the same as well. He's 29 as a defender. He's only probably got a few more years left in him, doesn't he? But
he's quick though.
He did really well on the weekend. I was quite pleased, and he's one of those players you watch out for. You know what I mean? Like as a non-barracking supporter, of that team.
Yeah, you're always like, can our team do something about him? Like, buddy, stop him,
Yeah. So. And Himmelberg, you know what I mean? He had a pretty good game as well. So as a defender, he had a few touches. He had about 20 odd touches. So really set up the drive for their midfielders to come through and smash. Well, not really smash, but they sort of
comfortably
did, really.
win.
They smashed out the middle. The game was won in the middle.
Yeah, mate, and also you had Bedford. Bedford shut down Zach Butters as well. Butters end up only getting 17 disposal, and Bedford actually got 10. Toby Bedford actually got the 10 coaches votes as well. So really best on ground for Tagger.
Nicely done.
Has anyone
kicked a goal.
Has anyone heard anything about Butters'
Yeah, mate,
tribunal?
he's playing. He got off.
He got off.
Yeah, mate, got off.
He got off. There you
Got
go.
off.
Protect the Brownlow.
Yeah, that's twice this year.
Twice he's gotten off.
There you go. It'll be a big talking point if he goes and wins the Brownlow.
Mate.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think that he'll be hard pressed. There's a lot of competition out there, but we'll see. But yeah, look, I've just got to say, a lot of behinds this game. Both teams really just not winning it on the boot. Just 19 behinds and 15 behinds. That's 34 behinds.
Yeah, speaking of behinds, we don't like to talk about betting on here, but I had a 10-legger on, and one of them was Toby Green to kick a goal, and at half time he had 0-5. I'm like, oh, come on, mate, kick a bloody goal, you kidding me? He ended up getting one in the third quarter, though.
Oh, well, good, but still, 0 goals, 5? Get out of here. But yeah, no, it was a bit of a shit show.
The 10-legger got up.
You know, like, just... Oh, yeah. No, 34 behinds all up. Just, and I'm looking at them now. 3 rushed apiece, 2 touched apiece. Just, oof. GWS just missing on that left side.
Yeah, I know, mate. And Rick, speaking about players getting reported, Charlie Dixon got 3 weeks in the Sandfell as well.
3 weeks?
In the Sandfell. Hey, that could be season over for Dicko. That could be career over.
That's like Parker up in Sydney. You know, he went out, got 6 weeks in the VFL.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he was struggling to get into the side. And this is their skipper.
Exactly, mate. He's still. I'm pretty sure he's still reported. Like he's still doing his time. But
he got 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a while ago. Just give a shout out too as well to Harvey Thompson. He's a little small forward, got the Rising Star nomination for round 14 too, mate. He had 15 disposals, 2 marks, 5 tackles and kicked a goal. So he got the nod this week for the Rising Star nomination. Good on you, mate.
That's
Tip
it.
of the hat.
Work.
Tip of the hat. All right, now with that, we shall move on to the tipping results.
Well,
Guys,
all the game's done.
That's all the games done. That's it. There's only 6 games this week.
That's it. Short round this week.
So
I like it.
I've got to start with the highest tippers this week. We got quite a number of them. Benny, BT, the Bull, 6 out of 6, and then Paddy, 6 out of 6.
Well done.
Jim Bob, 6 out of 6. Running late, 6 out of 6. Atomic Shadows, 6 out of 6. Me, 6 out of 6. Mickey, 6 out of 6. And my dad, 6 out of 6. So,
well done.
Quite a predictable round with so many people getting, tipping a perfect round. But yeah.
Me and you got 5.
If I didn't bloody change my tip to Hawthorn, from Hawthorn to bloody Richmond, I would have got a 6.
Me too, mate. I'm shattered.
Oh well, you guys picked wrong. Sorry to say.
Dusty, you owe us.
So the top 5 looks like this. I have moved back in to spot number 5. I'm back in the top 5, thankfully. So I'm happy I'm clinging in there on 79.
I could tell you a little bit more happier today. I was wondering what it was.
I am. Don't you worry. But also, making I think this is his debut in the top 5. Mickey the Missile Broad on 80. He's coming in number 4. Shout out to Mickey.
He's the
my best mate?
That's your best mate.
He's the 2022 champion too, wasn't he?
No, that was me. You forgetting things. Pretty sure I won.
Last year?
I think I got both. I think I got both. I think I dominate. I think I dominate the tips.
Mickey,
I
get
don't
back
know
to
about that one. No, I don't know about that one.
All right, coming in at 3, also on 80, is Molian. Good job, but he got 4 this week, so...
Oh, Julian.
There goes my dad. My dad overtakes him. My dad on 81, just 1 ahead of him. And then coming in at number 1 with quite a poor showing this week, thank God. 3 out of 6, thankfully. one of the worst tipping results. Oh, the worst tipping result of the round. So yeah, a lot of us caught up three tips on him, and yeah, that's very nicely done. Take that.
So his team lost. So his team lost, and he only got 3 tips. I can sort of see why he's not in tonight.
Yeah, no, this is why he's not in. He had a bad week. He was quite ahead of the comp, and then now, it's within 3. My dad's on his tail. He was worried about Julian coming in, but my dad's there. Just annoying him.
Daniel, you're better than this, mate. You're better than this, Daniel.
He's not better than a Norman. Not better than a Norman at all.
He's on top of the sandwich, though, still.
Oh, there's no sandwich. There's no sandwich. Alright. Also, while we're on this, Feno coming in at number 8. You're on 78. You're one behind me. So you're almost in. You're scratching at the top 5. And Rick,
Having a bad year, mate.
You're coming 17th. You didn't move at all this week.
I think the NRL one's just thrown me, mate. I'm just focusing on that, and the AFL one, I'm just not going well.
No, well, you gotta focus. All right, you gotta focus. All right, we gotta have the cast members of the pod up there. That's why I don't mind Reeby being the winner, although I hate it and I want to beat him. Just him. I don't care about the comp. I just want to beat Reeby. That's it.
Shocking.
All right, well, that's it for tipping results. So, Feno, Wheels of Fortune.
Here we go.
What we've all been waiting for.
Can you at least give me the tick, 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 tick this week?
No, you get nothing. You don't get the spinning wheel or anything this week.
Mate, we're getting cheap on this, I swear, right?
Yeah. Well,
where's the sponsor? You haven't even got the sponsor up.
Don't have the sponsor. Don't have nothing up. Not this week.
Here's the sponsor.
Sponsor D's nuts. You gotta shout out your sponsor.
Yeah, to the sponsor, Technique Carpentry. For all your Technique Carpentry needs, just give us a call or look us up, and if the job's worth it, fellas, we'll come down to Melbourne and do the job too. So let's do it.
If it's worth it, yeah, that's a lot of money.
Rick could give us a hand on the drop saw. So yeah,
that's it.
And that's it, mate. Yeah. So for the next one, this team. I don't mind knocking this team out because I've seen them beat us in a few grand finals, so it feels good,
Melbourne.
Has to be West.
West
Coast.
They need 5 wins to make it to 32 points out of a possible 10 games. Like, it's doable, but ooh,
you got to eliminate someone.
I don't think they've won 5 games in 2 years. So and that's with no other team winning too. So the team I've picked this week is
the Bummer Sharks. The West Coast Eagles.
The West Coast Eagles, fellas. So if you've picked that, for those who couldn't see, it's the West Coast Eagles. So if you've picked them, you're still in the competition.
No number on the back.
Still in the comp.
Mate?
No number on the back there, mate.
Nah, it's an old woolly, mate. It's an old woolly from '94. So
can't put that number on.
Yeah.
I haven't wrecked it yet. But just a shout.
Put on Cousins' number.
Just a shout out. You've got Julian still in the competition. Young Tyson, he's doing it for the young fellas.
Oh, Rick's second guess.
Also, yep, and also Dave from Doreen still in it, guys. So well done, and get your answers in.
Wait, hang on. I'm still in it as well. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'll just give a couple of shout outs to who's still in it. I don't do the whole list. It's
yeah, fair enough.
People.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's starting to get really tough now. The next few rounds and teams, man, it's going to get tough.
So nobody dropped off this week?
No one. No one. Mickey and Flip just got their answers in time, so that kept them in. So well done, guys.
Well, they don't listen to the pod, so that'll be all right.
I could tell.
Yeah, I know. We all know. We've spoken to them. All right. Well, let's move on.
You're both still in it too. Well done, guys.
Thank you. And Reeby. All right. Let's move on to this week's games then. Another short round. Friday night football at the G. It is Carlton versus the Cats. Wheels. Big wheel.
Oh.
Yeah, mate. Doesn't this one take you back to the 95 grand final?
Doesn't.
The last time the Blues won a grand final was against the Caddies, mate. But no, it doesn't. This one, honestly, it doesn't take me back to that because considering we played the Blues this year in round 7, so it can take me back to that. The Cats got up that night, and
they did.
I feel that both sides were really playing their best footy at the time, and the Cats got up. But I think at the moment, the Blues are playing the better footy. So against the Caddies, I'm tipping the Blues.
Yeah, well, Rick.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a very tough one. On form. Oh, mate, I'm really stumped here. I'm going to say Carlton as well, though.
Yeah.
But I really think Carlton have the goods, but then again, Geelong, they're playing some really good footy. Does Paddy come back in this week?
Don't know yet, mate.
Who knows? You know what I mean? It's a complicated hammy, apparently.
Very complex. Very complex.
Feels like he's been there for ages.
Look, I'm going the Navy Blues this week.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a sweep across the board because, it's sort of hard to deny Carlton's momentum. I've been saying all year, like, they're going to slip on that banana peel. They're going to slip on that banana peel. They keep just running through. Maybe this year is the year.
Probably come out and fucking beat them.
They could.
Yeah, we do play good at the G.
I do think it's close.
That's the second time this year we've played them at the G as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and
they just... That's what happens to us, mate. We get the big games against the big clubs and have to sacrifice the home ground. So, but yeah,
and that's it. You beat them. See, you know what? Nah, stuff it. I'm gonna go the Cats.
Yes, I got him.
Yeah, you got him.
I'm just going to. You know what? Yeah, you played them at the G at the start of the year. You beat them by what? 12 points or whatever, 2 goals. You know what I mean? I reckon it'll be another close one. The Cats will win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Geelong have lost a bit of the momentum that they had at the beginning of the year, then just not in that form. And Carlton, on the come up. They've got a couple impressive wins behind their belt recently.
Yeah, and they've both come off having the bye too.
So the bye rule's out of the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, Carlton, second on the ladder. It's pretty good. All right.
Oh, it's going to be a cracker game, I hope, though. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I hope it's close. I see it being close.
They need to play Jezza a bit deeper, too, because Hawkins just isn't getting the goal. So they need to change it up a bit and put Jezza a bit more deeper, rather than running around everywhere.
Think it's time to put Hawkins out to pasture?
Oh.
It'll be his last year, I reckon.
Put him out to stud?
What do you mean?
Head on down to the gun hut.
I know you Normans want him gone. I know that.
Oh, look, we don't hate Geelong. We hate Geelong. We hate Geelong. Let's move on to the next game. Port Adelaide versus Brisbane over at Adelaide Oval. Will, what do you got for this one? What do you reckon?
Oh, mate, this takes me back to 2004 grand final, Port Adelaide's first ever win. Yes, I've already swapped my mind twice about this game. It's only Tuesday, and
no, it's a close one.
Actually, no, I've changed my mind 3 times. On Sunday, I thought I'm tipping Port, and then on yesterday, I heard Butters might not play, so then I've changed my mind to Brizzy.
Now Butters is playing.
Butters playing. I'm changing back to Port Adelaide. So. Port for me at the moment, mate.
At the moment, key phrase, Rick.
Brizzy starting to gather a bit of momentum.
Yeah, they are.
They had a win against us. Yeah, they had a nice win against the Saints. So they're a really well-travelled team. But I'm going to go Brizzy.
Ooh.
Yes,
Brizzy will go over there and beat them.
I do reckon this is probably a bit of a close game as well. Like, Brizzy do seem to have found a little bit of form. They seem to be playing all right. Like, they're bagging a lot of goals.
They travel well.
And Port Port have been dropping the ball a bit lately. I think Port are going to bounce back. They're going to bounce back from last week's performance, and they're going to get this win. They're going to get this W.
A couple of cracking games so far.
Yeah, so far. That's only a third of the week. All right, let's move on. Saturday afternoon football at NG Stadium. The battle for the Q Bridge. It is GWS versus the Sydney Swans. Wheel.
Yeah, mate, this is the second time, isn't it? They've played.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, got to get that rivalry going.
Mate. I don't know where the Q comes into it, Nathan. But
it doesn't. I just wanted to upset Rick.
I was going to let it slide, but lucky Ryan said so.
You know what? I'm just going to go Swannies, mate. I did last time they played each other. I know it was at the SCG last time, but
they're hot to trot.
I can't not tip the Swans, mate.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Rick,
I'm the same, mate. Yeah, Swannies.
Head and shoulders above the rest of the comp. They really are. They
are.
Just that early loss to Richmond really got everybody confused.
You just wanted to bring it up, didn't you?
Oh, look, I bring it up every week. But no, like, it really did confuse us at the beginning of the year. It made us think, like, oh, Sydney aren't that good. But really, dominating every week in, week out. They just didn't turn up that day.
They'll have to lose one you don't expect, though, surely.
Yeah, well, they already have. So they'll lose the next one to Sydney. So Sydney will lose the next one to North Melbourne. No, Richmond. No, North Melbourne. That's what I meant. God damn it. Got it mixed up.
One of the shit teams.
One of the shit teams. Melbourne, maybe. All right. Yeah. All right.
What do you reckon? Before you move on to your next tip, did you tip? So you tipped Sydney, Nathan?
Yeah. Sydney across the board.
Yeah. So what do you reckon about the non-Thursday night games too?
I like it. I don't like Thursday. I just don't like it. I don't like having work in the morning. Just get out of it. I want to be able to watch it and relax and stay up as late as I want.
If they had two more teams in the league and they kept the fixture the same and added a Thursday nighter, I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I don't like my team playing on Thursday.
AFL, listen to what Rick's saying, please.
All right.
Get Darwin team in.
Nah, forget it. All right, moving on. No, I do think there should be a Darwin team. Moving on to the next game. It's Melbourne versus North Melbourne at the MCG. What do you guys reckon? What do you reckon, Will?
I reckon one of the teams with the word Melbourne in it will win.
Shut up. I hate you.
Definitely.
And then there's a draw. So you're a fucking idiot. You don't know nothing.
Well, Nathan, to be honest, I reckon the Roos are in better form than the D's in the last 5 weeks, mate. Because
of last week and what they got a win 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, well. I wouldn't be surprised if they win.
Oh, imagine that. I'm gonna go the D's, mate. I'm confident the D's are just gonna win this and get their season back on track. And get off 11th on the ladder and try and get back in the 8th.
Oh, I hope they do. I know you don't, Rick.
I think it's going to be hard for a hard game for Melbourne. Because
it won't be easy.
Well, you say that.
I reckon I'm going to go North.
You fucking...
By 2 points.
I hate you.
But...
No buts.
No, that's it. North by 2 points. He thinks Melbourne is just going to get beaten by North.
Beautiful. Saturday
night football. Oh, I love it. Saturday night football. Melbourne playing a Saturday night game for once.
Mate. Wonder what the crowd will be.
It'll be all Melbourne. And guess what?
They'd be all up at the snow by now, wouldn't they?
I think Melbourne are going to demolish North Melbourne. This is going to be their hey, we're still Melbourne moment.
So 39.5 plus, you reckon?
Hopefully. But saying that, I If North win, I will be severely depressed, and I won't be that shocked, but I will be extremely hurt. So no making fun of me.
The pod will not continue.
Mate, we started it after Melbourne won the flag. Like, that's it. Yeah, no, well, look, got to go Melbourne. And I think Rick is being mean, not going Melbourne. I think he's doing it deliberately just to shit me.
Oh, it's good, mate. It's a bit of competition. It's good. It's good.
It's okay. Every arsehole has their own opinion.
Yeah, and some are higher on the tipping results. All right, let's move on to the next game. Essendon versus West Coast at the Marvel Stadium. Wheel, what do you reckon?
The old
the Sheedy
scarf again.
Yep.
This is the second time they've played each other too. And I think, what was it? Essendon only won by like 7 points over there, didn't they? Something like that. Have we got Mr. Reid back? I mean, Reid's back, is he?
Is he?
He was out for 2 weeks.
So he's back.
No, he's got one more.
Oh, he's got one more still? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they had the bye.
Yeah.
So is this at the G or the Dome?
Marvel.
Ooh. It's hard. Essendon had the week off, didn't they? Oh.
Is it hard, though? No, they didn't have the week off. No, wait, they did. Yeah, sorry. They lost to Carlton the week before.
I think West Coast did as well, didn't they?
The bye rule.
I'm going to go Essendon, but I reckon it's going to be close. I don't think it'll be a walk in the park for the Dons, because they've been out of form the last couple of weeks as well. Yeah, Essendon my tip, mate.
Rick?
Yeah, I'm going to go the Bombers as well.
Yep.
I can't see him losing to West Coast, but I'll tell you what, I'd love to see him lose to West Coast.
Well, look, I'm gonna.
For the listeners out there,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Bombers are gonna win, because they've got to. They've got to come back from that loss to Carlton, and this is the perfect team to do it too. And West Coast, they're tanking, as far as I'm concerned. So they won't want to win this one.
Some clubs have it all right, getting to play West Coast twice and North Melbourne and bloody all these other sides, don't they? Really?
Oh, sounds like you needed some tissues, bro. You got some tissues?
No, I just want to play the shit sides more.
Okay, all right. My apologies. I forgot.
It's just how the ladder works at the end of the year before.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, we're all Essendon.
So realistically, you should be playing the shit teams then, shouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly, mate. We didn't make the 8. Yeah, we didn't make the 8. We still get a hard team.
Nobody knew Flagmantle would be so good. Alright, let's move on to the last game of the round. Sunday afternoon football at Optus Stadium. It is Flagmantle versus Gold Coast. Wheel.
I'm going to make it short. I'm just going to go Freo, because Suns don't really travel. And I reckon Freo, they're playing alright, and at home, they'll get it done, mate.
Freo to bounce back this week, mate.
Yep, I think Freo...
Absolutely, especially being at Optus.
Yeah. I think Flagmantle will bounce back, especially at home, especially not that good a side. Gold Coast have underperformed this year a bit. And, I see Flagmantle coming back strong with this one. You know, they're hot and cold. Yep. They were cold last week. It's time to be hot. It's time to be red hot.
So we've picked all the same, but Rick's picked 3 different ones than us. Is that right?
I think so. I think that's how it's going. We're just picking the favourites for Ryan.
Yeah, that's why, buddy, Brisbane and Port kept changing, mate, because of Zach Butters. he made it 30 cents difference if he's in or out.
Yeah,
well, we don't look at that. We don't look at that.
It's Doggies versus Roosters this week, mate. So, you know, because the Doggies aren't, we got the bye in the AFL, so, we'd go over to the NRL and...
Oh, mate, you got a good
game.
We'll leave that for your closing thoughts. All right. No, sorry. Before I move on, I am gonna bring up the teams that are on bye. It's Adelaide, Collingwood, Hawthorn, Richmond, St Kilda, and the Doggies all up. So they'll get a rest. And they're not moving up the ladder at all this week. So could prove powerless for some.
That's tough.
Yeah, but that's just how it goes. Tough. Every team goes through it. Like Melbourne went through it last week.
Is that the last round of the buys?
Yeah, I think so. Unless there's like one game next week or something.
Nah,
So
the
after
next
next
buy
week
is finals.
Yeah, so after next week
Yeah.
it's back to even ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, with that, let's move into closing thoughts, Ryan.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
Don't steal Reeby's bit. That's plagiarism. That's his bit. That's his thing.
He's got the has he got the painting on it? Has he?
He better.
Nah, mate. I'll keep it simple, mate. Just Oz kick extra on the Friday, and I've got to go to Coolangatta to play the Coolangatta Blues, so Lions versus the Blues. And then probably straight after that, I'll be tucking in and watching the Caddies play, mate, on Friday night. So it'll be good. Footy. Saturday, just actually got a bit of a party to go to with all the school kids or all the parents are getting together, so that'll be nice at someone's house there. And Sunday, go for a swim, mate, and always go for a swim on the Sunday, and then tune into, it's become my ritual as well for Bruce, get into Bruce, watch him on YouTube, mate. That's become my Sunday ritual. And then and just to the listeners out there, hope it's your team that gets the win this weekend, and get your Wheels of Fortune answers in, people. Thank you.
Absolutely. Rick, closing thoughts.
Well, no footy down at the home of footy this week.
Again.
Because we are down at Lee Park. I think it's, Lee Park in bloody Burwood, I think it is, playing against South Yarra. So coming off 2 tough losses last week.
Sad times.
We're looking to bounce back. In a big way. So, watch this space next week.
Wasn't South Yarra out? Wasn't South Yarra out of the competition for a while?
No. They've been in for a while.
I thought they folded.
Yeah, they nearly did. But somehow they kept the team going. So, yeah, it should be a big day out in the park. Do that on Saturday. And
how's your team sitting, mate? How's the team sitting on the ladder?
Oh, we're sitting 4th. We're sitting
not
4th
bad.
the game
Not bad.
out. Game ahead. So, we just gotta keep, knuckling down and playing some good footy.
Rick, you just need to kick more goals than the other team, Rick. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, well, I'm not really a goal kicker, mate, but been moved down the forward line.
Oh, I meant your team.
And starting to snag them. Snagged another one on the weekend. Another sausage roll.
Oh, you gotta get that. You gotta get that career high up.
Is it starting to feel a bit fresh out in the ovals, mate? The fingertips getting a bit cold, and the footy and everything, or what?
Oh, trainings are definitely nice and wet and cold. So that's good. Yeah, once you get moving, you warm up pretty easy. So
yeah, mate. And I don't think I've spoke to you since, mate. But how's Ross Lyon coming down to the club, mate? Was that good fun?
Oh yeah. It wasn't too bad. Don't really want to, divulge into too much of what he came down and did.
Secret tactics,
trade secrets.
No, absolutely not. Just say thank you and move on.
Given away here.
Beautiful, mate.
But it was informative.
Nice.
I'll leave that one at that. But,
Very well.
That's about it. But
hope he wasn't teaching you how to kick more goals.
Oh well.
He needs to save that for Saints.
Do what you want, mate.
Do what you want. Do what you fucking want. All right, let's.
You would have at least asked him how many more premierships Bevo's got compared to them, wouldn't you?
Oh no, I had to stay pretty tight-lipped.
He just went up to him, shook his hand, and went all for footy. YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, and then walked away without looking over his shoulder like a G.
Wow.
He was like, "Who was that guy? What did he just say? And why does he smell like alcohol?"
And the guy standing closest to him was like, "That was Rick Parker. Don't you know who he is? He's the host of All for Footy on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify."
Exactly.
All right. Well, moving on to my closing thoughts. Closing thoughts. The hot D is back, gentlemen.
The what?
The hot D.
The hot D.
The hot D. It's back.
In regarding to what?
The House of Dragons.
This is
Game
the
of Thrones.
Oh.
The hot
you said
D.
this last week. Yeah,
It's
you,
back.
You said this last week. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was a very traumatic experience as usual watching Game of Thrones. Love it. And yeah.
Yep.
And other than that, Bruce Rando's streamed a bunch of Steam Summer Game Fest demos on his channel last week, and he's putting out some videos incrementally, just dropping them out there for you guys, for people to go check out. So like, comment, subscribe. But like, comment, subscribe to All for Footy. Then like, comment, subscribe to Bruce Rando, Rumble, or YouTube. So yeah. Well,
Regarding to the D, how many episodes are coming out for season 2?
I think just 7. I think they're doing like a weird, like they're doing one less than last time, which last time they did 8. But look, there's so much money goes in towards these shows. They're so expensive, and just the quality is there. The quality is there.
Oh yeah.
And I did like it. Saw a popular video game actor, voice actor. He made his debut in Game of Thrones. It was like, oh, I know that guy. It's like, you know, come from the gaming sphere. So it's like, oh, I have ownership. I have part ownership because I'm from the gaming sphere. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
We'll leave it at
Sounds
that.
alright.
We'll leave it at that. All right. Well, I think that'll do it from us at All for Footy, and we're out.